Ciao friends, welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. If you aren't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that red and white button down below. So for those of you who don't know, I am an English teacher here in Italy. And I get asked all the time, how did you become an English teacher? What was the process like? What certifications did you need? All of that jazz. And so I thought I would make a video for you guys if any of you are interested in becoming an English teacher anywhere in the world. So I actually had no interest at all in teaching English. I did find that it was going to be the easiest way for me to get work living abroad because people want to learn English and the demand for English teachers in specific countries is quite high. So step one is getting certified. I was looking online before moving at several different options, different certificates. There is the TEFL, stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language, and it is the most popular acronym for teaching English as a second language. And then there's the TESL, which is Teachers of English Speakers of Other Languages. There's so many online fast ways to get your TEFL certification. What I've heard is that it's like you can, you pay and you take an online course and you don't really even have to teach English in a classroom for practice. You just get your certificate and then you can probably start working. But given that I had never taught in a classroom before, I really wanted the proper training to feel confident and comfortable in front of a classroom. So the certificate that I actually ended up obtaining was the CELTA, which stands for Certificate in English Language Training to Adults. And the CELTA is really well known because it is through the Cambridge University. And it was a very intense and costly course, but I have to completely say that it was worth every penny because it prepared me to teach English and it taught me everything I need to know. And I think that if you're going to spend the money and the time in getting a certificate, you should be taken seriously by other schools. And if you want a good teaching job that will pay more, then I highly recommend getting the CELTA certificate because it is very recognized and it's a very rigorous program. And if you complete it, then they know that you mean business. If you actually want to hear about my experience taking the CELTA course and want to hear details about the program and how the course worked day to day, then definitely let me know and comment down below because I can do that for you as well. I think that needs its own video because there's a lot of information there. Step two is finding a country. There are some countries that have a higher demand for English teachers and will pay more. I know the Asian countries have a huge demand for English teachers, whereas if you teach English maybe in France, you're not going to get paid as much and the demand isn't as high because a lot of French schools teach English at a very young age. Number three, your legal status. So maybe in Asia or in Central America, you're not going to find this be such a big problem because maybe due to the fact that the demand is quite high for English teachers, they will most likely help you through the visa process. Whereas if you are going to Europe, you want to make sure that you are legal. When I first came here and I got CELTA certified, I found that many schools would reach out wanting to interview me because I had the CELTA certificate, but their big question was, are you legal to work in our country? And in the beginning, I actually wasn't legal. I was here on my tourist visa, which only lasts for 3 months, and you're not eligible to work on that visa. So I had a tough time finding a school that would hire me at all, actually. If I wanted to work at a well-renowned school and get a contract, I had to be legally able to work in Italy. Maybe other European countries are different and will help you and will help provide a work visa, but in my experience in Italy, I had to be 100% legal in order to get hired contract basis from a school. Granted, there are some schools that will hire you under the table and will pay you cash, but I didn't want to risk that. I ended up lucking out and getting Italian citizenship through family, so I was able to get a contract here working and teaching in English. So I would definitely, I think your biggest factors are trying to find the country that has the highest demand and getting a really well-known certificate. I think if you want to work in a well-renowned school, the CELTA is the way to go. The TEFL, maybe if you do a very intense immersive course, that also makes you teach English as practice in front of real life classes, because if you just get certified online, do an online course, you don't have that experience from trained professionals, that physical, tangible experience teaching in front of a classroom, because theory is completely different when it comes to teaching English than actual practice, first-hand experience here. So I think that it really makes a difference. Granted, I'm not saying that you're not going to get hired or you're not going to get a good job if you have the TEFL certificate, not by any means, but I'm just saying, for me personally, the CELTA really helped form me to become a good, structured teacher, and it taught me everything that I never knew existed in the teaching world. So really at the end, it's not going to matter if you want a job and you don't really care what certificate you get, it won't matter. But if you do want to be really well prepared and organized and learn the ins and outs of teaching English. But as long as you have passion and you want to live in another country, you have that goal in mind, you can manifest it and you will do it. This has just been my personal experience, and I hope that this information helped you. Good luck to you. If you have any questions, you can always leave me a comment down below. I know it can be a little overwhelming experience, but as long as you're passionate about it and if you do have teaching experience, then amazing. Just go after those goals. All right, until next time, thanks so much again. Ciao.